everyone, it's Katie here from the Scrappy Sisters, and I am up for another video in my new series, or newish series, where I am going through all my scrapbooking collections, making a layout, and then deciding whether I'm keeping or purging. I don't know what I'm going to call this yet. I'm thinking maybe like Scrapbook Showdown or something. You probably already know what I'm calling it because it's probably in the thumbnail of this video. However, today I am using the Dream Big Little Boy collection by Echo Park. I don't have much of this. I've got the 12 by 12 collection kit, which is the papers and the sticker sheet. And then I've got the chipboard, the decorative brads, and the puffy stickers. That's it. So not a huge amount in this collection, but enough. I've already picked out the photos that I want to use. These are old photos of Lincoln. I need to go back and check if they're from 2022 or 2023. Looking at this, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're from. My gut feeling says 2022, but I don't know. We were at a local park and there was a big crane offloading something. I don't know what. They're offloading something. And we were just watching. Anyway, this photo's got a bit of damage. I've had these printed off for ages and haven't scrapped them. So while this one's cute, I'm actually going to cut it off and just use this photo and this photo. I'm going to create a layout with this. Hopefully it doesn't take me too long. It is nighttime, so apologies for the lighting. But I'm going to switch to fast forward, create my layout, and then come back at the end and tell you if I'm going to keep this collection or not. So let's see you at the end. Okay, so I filmed this video weeks ago, and I'm only just getting to the voiceover now. So I've kind of forgotten most of what I've done. So I feel like I'm kind of watching this for the first time, even though I've made this layout myself. So let's see how we go talking you through it. So as I said, this is the, what are we doing? Echo Park Dream Big Little Boy collection. And I think I said this already. I haven't used this before. So this is the first layout that I have made with this. And I kind of had an idea about what I wanted to do. And then kind of had fun seeing how it was all going to come together. So I really wanted to use that kind of busy speech bubble paper on the left hand side there. And so I wanted to back it on something so that it wasn't, well, I guess it had something to anchor it to, well, the page. Does that make sense? Anyway, I wanted to mat it on something. I wanted it to have a border. So I chose this blue paper. It has a really cute pattern on the back, which is the cars, which was tricky to cut into, but it's got the blue. Why do designers always put the really nice B sides on the back of the cool A sides? They always do it, in my personal opinion. So I've cut my matting down so I could save the inside of that. I don't do that to all of my papers, not gonna lie, but I do it to the ones that I really like both sides of. So I've done that. I've got my speech bubble paper there as well to go on top. And then I think I'd just gone to find some plain white cardstock to mat my photos in. I don't know what is taking me so long since I've got a whole stack of plain white paper from when I purged recently. Well, one side of it is white. Oh, I know what I was doing. I was trying to find my glue, which I found. So I've got my wet glue so I can stick my paper down to the border. I like the wet glue because it gives you a minute to move things around before it's kind of permanently stuck. I use my ATG gun for everything. And look, I would have used my ATG gun for that too, but wet glue does certainly give you a few seconds to kind of reposition things, which I really like. Yes, you can pull up the ATG. You can pull up the piece with the ATG tape on the back, but that's annoying. All right. I'm matting my photos. I did in the end decide to only use 2 photos. So I had a second one of Lincoln sitting on the bench eating his snacks, and I decided that I only needed 2. So I feel like that photo, also that one that I didn't use, had been damaged. These photos are quite old and they've been around for over a year. I think these are from 2020. They're either from 2023. They might even be from 2022. I found them the other day and went, oh, I haven't scrapped these. And so I added them to my pile. Anyway, they're really old. So I think one of the photos had kind of been scratched. And while I could absolutely have still used it, I decided not to. And I don't think it took away from my layout to remove that photo. It's essentially the same as the one where Lincoln's looking at me smiling, or sort of smiling, when he's got his snack box beside him. Yeah, I feel like this was 2022. I really do. We were still in and out of COVID lockdowns in 2022, and I really do think this was 2022. Did I write the date on the back? Probably not. No, I didn't. Anyway, I have matted my photos, so I've matted them on white cardstock, and then I came back and also matted them on the same blue that I used to mat my entire layout on, just to tie it in. And then I'm going through seeing what stickers and bits and pieces that I might want to use in this particular layout. Now, I didn't buy the ephemera pack for this collection. I've only got the 12 by 12 collection pack, which includes the sticker sheet and the papers. And then I've got the chipboard and the brads. I think that's it. So I kind of missed, to be honest, the ephemera pack. I don't know, it was weird not having die cuts. But anyway, I didn't. And look, I made it work. I will also say, with how much is going on in the speech bubble paper on the background, I don't put a heap of ephemera onto this page. So it is a basic page, ephemera-wise. I did use this piece here that says planes, trains, trucks and toys. There's nothing quite like little boys. I just thought that was cute. And then, unlike me, I have decided to kind of make my photos a bit more symmetrical and straight. Normally I'm all for sticking things at an angle and just kind of whacking things onto the page. And look, I'm not measuring, don't get me wrong, but I'm definitely going for more of a straight line look here. So I stuck a little sticker underneath the planes, trains, trucks ephemera piece, which I'm using as my title. And I stuck a little kind of scallopy sticker under there so that it would poke out on the other side just for a bit of interest. And then I stuck that photo down. Lincoln's just watching some workmen unload something. Don't know what they were unloading. They were unloading something with a crane there on the truck. And then there's the photo of him sitting on the park bench eating his snacks. And I popped that photo up on foam, and now I'm just working on kind of doing some embellishing. So I've got this round sticker, which I knew I wouldn't use the words underneath for. Don't ask me what they are right now. Couldn't tell you. But I'm using that, and then I'm sticking the tractor down as well. I'm going to pop up a little bit of it on foam so that it's level with the photo, because the photo I popped up on foam. So I'm going to do that, and then it does take me a bit of time to figure out how to embellish in one other kind of space on my layout. I did think about doing a cluster down the bottom right-hand side, which is probably what I would normally have done. But again, with so much going on this page, I decided to go up the top there. So I've got the chipboard piece that just says Explorer in the same kind of word bubble as what's on the background paper. But I definitely needed something else to go there. I couldn't just have that. So I pulled out this plane and I stuck that down, and then I popped up my title on some foam and stuck that down. And then I am going to come in with some, do I do the puffy stickers first? I can't remember. I do put a couple of tiny word stickers down, or phrase stickers down, I should say. I add a couple to the bottom of this photo and a couple to the bottom of the other photo. Funnily enough, I don't add any into the top section, which is probably a bit odd, but I found them tricky you couldn't see them very well with the background paper. As I said, the background paper had a lot going on. So I just added some to the photos themselves. So it just says, let's go play. Today is the best day ever. You are my very best friend and handsome little guy. And then, I didn't tell you I bought the puffy stickers. I also bought the puffy stickers. And then I'm going to come in with a puffy sticker in each cluster and some of the decorative brads. So I'm just figuring out, there wasn't that many puffy stickers that I wanted to use. So it was a bit tricky. I put a tree/leaf, don't know, could be either or, above the tractor. And then I add a little bear in a plane into the right-hand cluster. And then up the top, I add a little phrase piece that just says, kid, you're gonna be great, which I think is cute. And then I am going to come in with some decorative brads. So I'm adding 3 into each cluster. I was avoiding the gemstone ones, but I did put in some of the pearl ones, and they are quite large. The pearl ones are quite large. So are the gemstone ones. They're very large, a lot of dimension to them. So I don't know if I'll use the rest of those. I think they'll just take up far too much room in my album, but we'll see. So I am covering my photos, so that means I'm getting my splatters out. And because I'm looking at my layout right now, I can tell you I'm using the silver and navy. So the navy Heidi Swap Color Shine, which they don't make anymore. And then I can't remember, I've got an acrylic paint silver splatter, which works well. My navy is so close to being done, and as you can see, it absolutely covers my hands every time I open the lid. So there's not much left of it, and I love it so much, but it's definitely messy. So I am just adding my silver. I am going to switch back to I say live, but you know what I mean, a real time voiceover in a minute, so you can hear me talk through what I thought of the collection. So thank you guys for watching. Tune back in for the live and you'll hear, am I going to keep this collection or not? Let's see what we think. All right, guys. Okay, so I've made my layout a very, very simple layout. It did not take me long at all. I will say my daughter, I think, is about to wake up. She's not feeling 100%. So it's not that late, it's like 9 o'clock at night, but I think she's about to wake up. So I'll try and make this quick. So I finished my layout, as I said, very simple. This background was a lot, there was a lot going on. So I couldn't do much embellishment wise, but I'm really happy with how this all came together. I used all of the different bits and pieces. I even used these adhesive brads, which I don't really like brads, but I don't mind these ones because they're not actually brads. They don't have the sticky down bits. But these bits are the pearls, and these like gemstone bits, they're so big, like as in dimensional. So I don't know how these are going to go in my album. It might be a little too large for me, but we'll see how we go. So all in all, did I like this collection? The short answer is yeah, I did. It's super cute. And I think the colours really kind of speak to me. So yes, you know, they're blues and whatnot, but they're not super bright. Sorry, I know I'm making a lot of noise trying to pack this up while I'm talking. I really shouldn't. I should concentrate on one thing at a time. And I'm not going to. I'm still going to put this away. But I really like the kind of more muted color tones. Like I like, yeah, I just like the sort of more grey blues and the kind of reds that aren't like super bright. They lean towards more brown. Anyway, I really like it. So the papers were really lovely. It was tricky to cut into this one in particular with the little car, taxi, scooter, truck motif on the back. But, you know, I kept this bit so I could totally do something with that. But yeah, I think I am going to keep this collection for a little bit longer. That was the first time I'd used it. I hadn't made anything before with it. So yeah, this one is going to stay in my stash. So that wasn't very successful of me, as in I'm not purging anything. So I am, let's see, I've got a running total here. This is only the 3rd layout I am making in this series. And so let me just find a pen that's going to work here. So I am going to keep this one. So let's put a little mark there and let's find this collection in my Echo Park stash. Echo Park, what are we doing? Little Dreamer Boy. We're going to say keep. So we use this, I wonder what's the date today? I know we're in September. I don't know when this is going up, but it's early September today. I think it's like the 9th or something. Let's just say it's the 9th. I don't know if it is, but let's say it's the 9th. It's early September. Spoiler alert, finished all my Scraptember videos. So I'm working on these. So these will come out. You'll be seeing this in October. But yeah, I'm excited that I'm a little bit ahead. So I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to put this back in my stash. And tune back in for another video from me. Hopefully I'll do maybe roughly one a week if I can maintain that pace. We'll see how we go. But I want to try and get through all 46 of my collection. So if I do one a week, that's a year. That is a year's worth of videos. Obviously, I mean, there's 52 weeks in a year and I've got 46 collections. So, okay, it's slightly less than a year, but we all know I will not be doing one a week. So I will do my best, but this is a long-term project here, folks. So let's see how we go. But this one is a keeper. And tune back in and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.